Hey, my name is Alvin and I love chocolate chip cookies. I think chocolate chip cookies are some of the world's greatest pleasures. Perfectly crisp on the outside, chewy on the inside with large pockets of chocolate, and when they're done right, there is nothing quite like them. I strongly believe that you should be able to enjoy a chocolate chip cookie any day of the week. So I'll be showing you guys my personal recipes for a 2-minute, 2-hour, and 2-day cookie. I think this is gonna be fun. Maybe you only got 2 minutes and you wanna make a cookie. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take some softened butter, kind of get it in here. This is more about those times you get just cravings and you don't want like 10 cookies, but you just want something sweet that'll hit those spots. Get in some brown sugar. And then you wanna mix this until it's essentially a smooth paste. So next is your wet ingredients. You're gonna take your egg and your vanilla and just kind of go in. It's essentially the same steps as making a normal chocolate chip cookie, except you're just dealing with smaller amounts. I didn't say this was gonna be the easiest thing to make, but it beats having to whisk a whole giant bowl of this stuff. After that, flour. No matter how many times I make chocolate chip cookies, I always end up spilling. Go in with some salt and some chocolate chips. You actually wanna save a handful because we're gonna decorate the top of the cookie to have more chocolate on top, so rest go inside. It looks like chocolate chip cookie dough. That's because it is. Oh, yeah, whoa. You want a plate that is pretty large, like a normal dinner plate. Some parchment as well, because the parchment is gonna help prevent the cookie from sticking. And we're gonna scoop a nice big scoop of cookie dough because, man, this stuff's good. All right, kind of like that. You also wanna decorate the top with a little bit more chocolate. And the key here is to actually clump them together. When it starts to cook, and you'll see this, it'll start to spread. It's like studding a watch with jewelry, except the diamonds are chocolate chips. I'm gonna say that this cookie contains a lot of the drip, as I've heard in some of the songs. This is gonna go in for about 1 minute and 30 seconds, and we're gonna see how it goes. Looks pretty nice. He looks like a nice old chocolate chip cookie, you know, almost like the clip art version. I'm gonna peel this off. It's a nice, chewy little cookie we have over here. This is your 2-minute cookie, which is done in the microwave, which I think is pretty awesome. All right, let's see what we got. It's nice and soft. Good chocolate distribution. For a microwave cookie, it's better than you think. All right, on to the 2-hour cookie. This is a pretty standard chocolate chip cookie recipe. You're gonna start with some normal white sugar, some light brown sugar, and a good amount of salt. Give these a nice whisk. You know, you might have your own recipe of a regular chocolate chip cookie. Your grandma might have one. My grandma did not have a chocolate chip cookie recipe because she's Chinese, but I was like, you know what? I want to make some friends, and in order to make friends, I need to give them food. What kind of food does everybody like? Chocolate chip cookies. So this is one of my first recipes. I'm gonna go in delicious golden melted butter. Oh yeah. Making cookies is not the easiest thing in the world, but in the end, I think it's all worth it. And with your liquids, got 2 old eggs, 1 and 2, and then really good vanilla extract. Just want to keep on going until it's at that stage where you can tell that it's like really whipped. All right, that is beautiful. And with the dry ingredients, got some flour and some baking soda. We're just going to slowly fold. I like to take it slow just because I think the slower and smoother, it's better. That's beautiful right there. Probably one of my favorite parts about chocolate chip cookies is the chocolate. Moment of silence, please. Man, I love that. Beautiful chocolate chunks just swimming and incorporating and just evenly being dispersed throughout the dough. I might have put too much chocolate. Then again, I like my chocolate chip cookies like I like my bank account. Freaking loaded. Woo! This might be my new wallpaper. At this point, it's pretty darn awesome. It does benefit from some time in the fridge, so this is gonna go in the fridge. Okay, so it's been about an hour, and this has chilled pretty nicely. I have a half sheet tray lined with parchment paper. I'm gonna scoop some nice little cookie balls. I like to be pretty generous with my cookie scoops. Ooh, that's beautiful. There's a good boy. Nice. We have 5 cookies on a tray. Obviously, this thing's gonna make like 10, 15, 20 more. So save this if you have more friends, bake it. If you don't have friends, it's kind of sad. These are gonna go into an oven at around 350 degrees to get a nice crust on the outside to keep the inside chewy. So we're gonna go bake these off. Yes, look at these. As you can see, there is a nice sort of golden brown crust around the outside, but the inside, I can already tell it's like chewy, it's dense, it's gonna be delicious. Oh yeah, here we go. And here we have it, a 2-hour chocolate chip cookie. Nice caramelized crust on the outside, really chewy in the middle. Yeah, super delicious. Here we go. Ooh, that's nice. Dip it in milk. But the next one's gonna be even better. This is it. This is the 2-day cookie. Here we go. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make some toffee. We're going to put in a lot of butter into this pan. After the butter is going in, you actually want to also add in light brown sugar and a good amount of salt. I think it's important that you stir pretty constantly throughout the process because it helps the butter and the sugar kind of stay together. This is a pretty personal recipe. I've actually been able to make a lot of my friends due to this recipe. And if you're watching, if you've had one of these cookies, thank you for being my friend. The butter and the sugar are coming together pretty nicely. Beautiful dark golden brown ribbons happening right now. That's at 290, so that means this is ready to come out. So we got a nice tray with parchment paper for the landing. This is probably one of my favorite parts. Ooh. Oh, I love it. Put it in the freezer as soon as you can. So that's beautiful. All right, while the toffee cools, we're gonna make some brown butter. The first thing you start with is a lot of butter. It's a lot of sticks. Don't worry, you know, if someone asks how much butter went in these cookies, don't let them watch this video. So butter is made of water, of milk solids, and butter fat. When making brown butter, the water kind of melts off and evaporates, and that leaves the milk solids behind to turn golden brown. And that is because of something amazing called the Maillard reaction. If you don't know what the Maillard reaction is, I don't know exactly either, but it makes stuff turn golden brown and it's delicious. The milk solids are looking amazing. Your average butter has around 80% butter fat, 16% water, and 3% milk solids. We got 2 problems right now. The water is gone, and 2, this is really hot, so if you try to put this and make cookies right now, it would like burn all the sugar, cook the egg, you know, cook the flour. So there's a couple of interesting solutions, and one of them I read online in a lot of blogs is that they use ice cubes. You want to go really slow and add 1 ice cube in at a time. And just wait for it. It'll start to bubble and it's cooling down the butter. It's adding back water into the mixture. All right, dude, we're gonna set you aside, but you smell great. Got the rest of our ingredients. Brown butter still just hanging out over there. What's up, dude? First, dark brown sugar. I think there's a lot of flavor in here. Good old white sugar. A lot of salt, actually. I think that's one of the secrets. Baking soda and some espresso powder. I think espresso powder helps knock back any of that fat or that sugar that might be a little too much. The star ingredient of the show, the brown butter. Woo! This is gonna be pretty dark compared to the other ones that we've done before, but I think color is flavor. 4 eggs go in. A 1, 2, 3, and a 4. A lot of good vanilla. You really want to beat it until smooth, dissolved mixture of almost like a ribbon-like consistency. Woo! This is gonna be a good cookie. All right, dump in the flour. Slowly incorporate to these beautiful ribbons of this butter and sugar mix. That's a beautiful dough right there. Now it's time to add in the really good stuff. Let's go get our chocolate and toffee. If you're spending 2 days to make a chocolate chip cookie, you're not doing it justice unless you use really, really good chocolate. So this is some nice chocolate in bars, and we're just gonna go in pretty large chunks. This is one of those things where the less perfect it is, the cooler it is. You're gonna get a much more texturally and visually interesting cookie. It's nicer when you have a chocolate chip cookie has like big pockets of chocolate. Everybody's like, whoa, you're like, yeah, I made that. So we're gonna keep it like this, and let's go get the toffee. So this is what the toffee looks like after about 30 minutes to an hour in the freezer. Make sure when you do this, you don't have any neighbors and it's not 2 a.m. They go into here. Nice little Ziploc bag. Squeeze out a good amount of the air. Oh, yeah. I can't rap. Woo. These are broken down into toffee chunks, approximately the same size as these over here. These are going in. Oh, yeah. Don't waste any of this stuff on the board either. That chocolate dust, that's the good stuff. Ooh. Let's get some gloves on. Get in there with your hands. I'm trying to make sure the chocolate and the toffee are both evenly distributed. It's pretty much ready. So now I'm gonna go get a tray and we can shape these into nice big cookie dough balls. Pretty generous amount, almost the size of a tennis ball, but you're gonna spend 2 days. Might as well make it a little bit bigger. Probably wondering by now, hey, why is this gonna take 2 days? So this recipe specifically requires it to rest for 36 hours. But why 36 hours? Like, why not just like, you know, put it in the fridge and just chill it until it's ready to go? Well, I actually worked at a bakery before. Their chocolate chip cookies were the best I've ever had. The reason why they were so good was because the owner always rested it for at least 36 hours. What does it do? You know, a lot of experts also say that the resting process allows flavors to intensify and integrate more with each other. I'm no cookie scientist, but I baked one off right away, and I baked one off 36 hours later, and the one that I baked off 36 hours later had more flavor, the color was deeper, it was more caramelized, way better by a mile. These are very soft right now, they need to rest. So I'm gonna saran wrap these, and I'm gonna put them in the fridge for 36 hours. Stay tuned, I promise this is gonna be worth it. Okay, so these have been in for pretty much 2 days now. Before you guys say anything, I have 2 of these shirts. These have been resting for 36 hours. It's time to bake them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm excited because I want to show you guys why we put so much time and effort into this. So let's go bake these cookies. Hey. So these are the finished product, what a 2-day cookie looks like, straight from the oven. A lot of interesting textures going on. It's almost like a landscape in like the desert where like the ground is kind of cracked. One last touch we're gonna do to really take these to the next level. We're gonna use some flaky finishing sea salt. You can probably find this in any grocery store. Just like a nice steak, I think seasoning your cookies, it sounds weird, but that's what I like to do. So I'm gonna go make some vanilla milk. Okay, so vanilla milk, it's just a splash of vanilla, just some good old-fashioned milk. And just to top it off, a splash of heavy cream can really help take this to the next level. Give it a nice little mix. And there you have it, a 2-day brown butter toffee chocolate chip cookie with flaky sea salt served with vanilla milk. These large pockets of gooey chocolate, that toffee that just melts and adds flavor. And I want you guys to see how it looks, so here we go. Ooh. That's a damn good cookie. It is my favorite version of a chocolate chip cookie. And I think if you have 2 days, so worth it. I'm gonna go take a nap now. So there you have it, a 2-minute, 2-hour, and 2-day cookie. If you have any questions about the recipes, feel free to send me a message or drop a comment below. I know that baking cookies can be pretty tricky sometimes, and I wanna help you guys the best I can. So good luck. Have fun, and remember, there's always time to bake. Until next time, peace.